Is this me? Is it really me sitting here crying? Well, it shouldn't be. It just can't be me. My eyes are lying. 'Cause that's not you. It just can't be you. You wouldn't be cheating. It's someone else. Yes, it's someone else whose darling's leaving. I just can't believe my eyes. You took me by surprise. Oh, how I wish I'd just stayed home. I'd still be thinking you're all my own. This isn't me. It just can't be me sitting here crying. Is it just a dream? I know it's just a dream. Our love can't be dying.
Last few days, not since my baby up and walked away. Packed her things and just said so long. Said I won't be back, this time I'm gone. And that's when the tears broke out on me. Then I came down with the miseries, a fever of blues, about 103. And that's when the tears broke out on me. I never was sick up till then, but I've got a feeling this will do me in. 'Cause every time I think about the things she said, I get real sick and have to go to bed. And that's when the tears break out on me. Then I come down with the miseries, a fever of blues, about 103. And that's when the tears break out on me. They say I'll live, well I hope so, 'cause right about now I don't know. I see your face, I hear your name from a friend, and it starts all over again. And that's when the tears break out on me. Then I come down with the miseries, a fever of blues, about 103. And that's when the tears break out on me. And that's when the tears break out on me. And that's when the tears break out on me. And that's when the tears break out on me. And that's when the tears break out on me.
Since the one I love is gone. places you've been gone, cold and lonely every night. Now you're gone from my arms, I've got no one to keep me warm, and cold and lonely is the forecast tonight. The weatherman tonight has won. You'll need your love to keep you warm. I have no one to hold me tight, and cold and lonely is the forecast tonight. The days are short and the nights are long. It's been that way since you've been gone, cold and lonely every night. Now you're gone from my arms, I've got no one to keep me warm, and cold and lonely is the forecast tonight. Cold and lonely is the forecast tonight.
I'd like to be in Charlie's shoes, that's what I've always said. 'Cause he had you and everything tied with a golden thread. Then Charlie left and went away, and when I got the news, it wasn't long till I was walking round in Charlie's shoes. Now I'm wearing out the shoes that Charlie wore, walking back and forth across the floor. The troubles that drove him away, I've got for company. These nights in Charlie's shoes are killing me. The greener grass that turned my head so swiftly did turn brown. 'Cause every little dream I build, she's always tearing down. I never knew old Charlie's shoes could have so many tags of disappointing sorrows, and I wish he had 'em back. 'Cause I'm wearing out the shoes that Charlie wore, walking back and forth across the floor. The troubles that drove him away, I've got more company. These nights in Charlie's shoes are killing me.
Goodbye kisses, goodbye love affair, goodbye happiness, my heart cries despair. Goodbye to all my dreams, I watch them walk away. They're gone forever, forever Mr. Blue. Don't let it make you sad when I cry in front of you. Just make yourself at home within this lonely room. We have so much in common, you and I and old man Bloom. Goodbye kisses, goodbye kisses, goodbye love affair, goodbye happiness, goodbye kisses, my heart cries despair. Goodbye to all my dreams, I've watched them walk away. They're gone forever, forever far away.
He's got the hospitality blues.
Back about a couple of months ago, I had a little touch of lumbago, and I called my doctor to see what he'd suggest. Well, he said, man, it's plain to see the hospital's where you ought to be. What you need is good old-fashioned rest. The woman that admits you said I was late, she turned around, said, have a seat and wait, and that's what I did for 2 hours and a half. Now, this making you wait, they got perfected. I got the feeling I was being neglected till this man came up and said something about private or staff. From the questions he asked in our interview, I figured he was sent by the revenue, and if I couldn't have talked, I don't reckon they'd let me in. When he found out about my financial affairs, the nurse came in and took me upstairs and gave me a bed in the ward with 2 other men. She gave me this hospital gown to put on. I figured she must not have thought I was grown. The thing is so short, I had to leave on my pants. When those other 2 men said what they had, the chances of getting any rest was bad. One had consumption, the other St. Vitus dance. Just about time I got settled in bed, this boy in white walked in and said, I'm Dr. Smith and I gotta run some blood tests. I said, wait a minute, there's some mistake. My blood's all right, I got a backache. We had a big argument and I came out second best. After he'd taken all the blood I could spare, he got a sheet of paper and he pulled up a chair and he said, what brought you here? I said, my 35 Ford. He asked me a million questions and more about all the sickness I'd had before, and every question I asked him, he just ignored. Aunt Susie died of dropsy, but I don't know what that's got to do with my lumbago, and the questions he asked about my private life made me mad. When he finally got off that talking jag, he pulled out a little black doctor's bag and gave me the awfulest physical I ever had. Well, he beat me with a hammer and tickled my feet and did some things I better not repeat. About the time he finished, another boy in white walked in. I found that he was an intern there. I want you to know he pulled up a chair and we went through the whole doggone thing again. Well, the next 4 hours after his exam, I got a brain wave and a cardiogram, an x-ray of every bone in my body, I reckon. When they fixed my tray, they thought I was on a diet. There wasn't enough to keep a small bird quiet. It's made to taste so you wouldn't ask for seconds. As if I hadn't seen enough action, the doctor came back and put me in traction. The weights was so heavy they pulled me out of bed 3 times. By then my back was really hurt, and when they put me on the board, I knew for certain their definition of rest was different from mine. Well, they left the room and I was dozing off when the man with consumption started to cough and the other fella started having some sort of a chill. Well, they finally got quiet. I dozed off again. A little while the nurse was back in. She woke me up just to give me a sleeping pill. When I came to, I thought I was in a tomb. They was taking me to the operating room. I figured if I didn't talk, my goose was cooked. Well, it took me quite a bit of yelling and cussing to make them realize they had the wrong person. I was fighting to get my arms and legs unhooked. When I jumped up from there, I must have looked cute running down the hall in my birthday suit, but I wasn't worried about my dress not being formal. I got to my room and put my clothes on without a goodbye. I headed for home, and after 2 months, I still ain't back to normal. Now, if it offers any sort of consolation, if you're half dead or need an operation, then go ahead, man. You got nothing to lose. But if just a little rest is all you need, then if you go there, it's guaranteed you'll get the hospitality blues.
Wolverton Mountain. If you're looking for a while, 'cause Clifton Flowers has a pretty young daughter. He's mighty handy with a gun and a knife. Her tender lips are sweeter than honey, and Wolverton Mountain protects her there. The bears and the birds tell Clifton Flowers if a stranger should enter there. All of my dreams are on Wolverton Mountain. I want his daughter for my wife. I'll take my chances and climb that mountain. Though Clifton Flowers, he might take my life. Her tender lips are sweeter than honey, and Wolverton Mountain protects her there. The bears and the birds tell Clifton Flowers if a stranger should wander there. I'm going up on Wolverton Mountain. It's too lonesome down here below. It's just not right to hide his daughter from the one who loves her so. Her tender lips are sweeter than honey, and Wolverton Mountain protects her there. The bears and the birds tell Clifton Flowers if a stranger should wander there. I don't care about Clifton Flowers. I'm gonna climb up on his mountain. I'm gonna take the girl I love. I don't care about Clifton Flowers. I'm gonna care about Clifton Flowers. I'm gonna climb up on his mountain.
Because I live on Shanty Street, his folks don't want him to love me. They say that I'm not good enough for him. They turn their heads away from me each time they meet me on the street. They're ashamed because they know their Jim loves me. I go tacky just because I'm too poor to buy fine clothes, but I feel as good as them, and I'm in love with Jim. And just as soon as he gets back, we will meet in our old shack, and if he wants, we'll make our home on Shanty Street. When one is raised as poor as me and never had a chance to see and know the meaning of a wealthy home, but I know I love their Jim, and someday I'll marry him, 'cause he knows he's found true love on Shanty Street. My love for Jim is like pure gold. It can't be bought, it can't be sold. And he feels the same toward me, he's told me so. You know a house is not a home unless there's love to ways as strong. And we both have found true love on Shanty Street.
asleep with a pillow in my arms. And I wish that I could hold you tight, be lured with your charms. I'd gladly swap a gold mine for a kiss from your sweet lips. Oh, my darling, I'm so much in love with you. Every little rosebud reminds me of you. Every little petal represents a love that's true. I'd gladly walk a mile just to see your dear sweet smile. 'Cause every little rosebud reminds me of you. There's always one who loves a lot, and one who loves just a little. There's hurt for the one who loves a lot. Just a little. There's always one more demanding. There's always one more understanding. I guess I'm the one you a lot, while you love me just a little. But it's worth all the pain of loving a lot. Each time you love me just a little. But it's worth all the pain of loving a lot. Each time you love me just a little.
Sent my pretty baby to the neighborhood store. My head was vibrating from my high beat core. I said you'd better hurry as she went out the gate. My sister needs a helper, and I don't mean a mistake. She had a cool six-pack when she got back, but it was
root beer.
You can just imagine I was shocked to death. For nearly 20 minutes couldn't get my breath. My mind began to wonder, would I ever get well? Leave it to my baby, well, you never can tell. But everything went numb when I saw what she'd done. It was
root beer.
Homebrew light and bay alcohol, good old Mountain Dew. Moonshine, grapevine, any old thing will do.
You can be my doctor or my little old nurse, but get me something quickly before I die or get worse. I only need a toddy, just a little old drink. That should be enough to put me back in the pink. But everything went black when I looked in that sack. It was
Root beer.
I began to thinking I'd be better off dead. Then I just remembered about my old Uncle Ned. He's got a little business squeezing juice out of corn. I began to praise the day my uncle was born, because you can't get any kicks when you're in this fix out of
Root beer.
Homebrew light and bay alcohol, good old Mountain Dew. Moonshine, grapevine, any old thing will do.
You can be my doctor or my little old nurse, but get me something quickly before I die or get worse. I only need a toddy, just a little old drink. That should be enough to put me back in the pink. But everything went black when I looked in that sack.
Root beer. In the papers, I saw you this morning. You were lovely, dressed in your wedding gown. And it said you would marry a stranger to me that had drifted into our old hometown. Accidentally, you met him one evening, and you say it was love at first sight. Accidentally, on purpose, you're marrying him. Accidentally, on purpose, for spite. Or you say that you saw me out painting the town, that I was just a fool with the heart of a clown. But accidentally, you were mistaken that night. Accidentally, on purpose, or spite.
Hey Daddy, I'm all grown up.
Standing at your door, just like I did before. You changed, so strange, you're all grown up. Oh, well, you're wearing those heels and hose, dressed up in your mama's clothes. You're here, well, I'm flip, you're all grown up. When I'm walking, talking to you all the time, makes me glad all over, honey, so glad you're mine. You feel my touch,
Hey Daddy,
loving you tonight. the stars brand new. That's you, you're all grown up. Oh, well, when your lips so fine start closing in on mine, more thrills, more chills, you're all grown up. When I'm walking, talking to you all the time, makes me glad all over, honey, so glad you're mine. When you feel my touch, I'm loving you too much. You're right, so nice, you're all grown up.
Hey Daddy, I'm all grown up. Mr. In Between, Mr. In Between, pickings mighty lean, Mr. In Between.
Well, I'm too old for girls and I'm too young for women. I've looked all around and my hopes are a-dimming. I feel like a fish not allowed any swimming, and it makes a fellow mean to feel he's a part of the lost generation, a little like a choo-choo that can't find the station. I've worked like a dog with no recreation. They call me Mr. In Between.
Mr. In Between, Mr. In Between, makes a fella mean, Mr. In Between.
Got a hot rod Chevy with a twin carburetor, and I know of a gal that's a real sharp tomato, and she's got a daddy with a caddy that'll date her. You see what I mean? Those sweet little things just set me a-drooling. I'm too big for sodas and I'm too old for schooling. Too young for loving, but I'm too old for fooling. They call me Mr. In Between.
Mr. In Between, Mr. In Between, tries to live so clean, Mr. In Between.
I feel like a sailboat kept in a bottle. I feel like an engineer that can't find the throttle. I'm too small to walk, but I'm too big to toddle. And Lordy, I'm turning green to see all the men making time with the ladies, the high school kids at the show with their babies, while I run around like a dog with the rabies. They call me Mr. In Between.
Mr. In Between, Mr. In Between, better leave the scene, Mr. In Between.
I got the sleeper cab blues, driving on a big freight line. I got them big wheels rolling, trucking right on down that line. I got those big wheels rolling, just trucking all the time. I get so doggone mixed up, I don't even know the time. That lonesome old highway just keeps on calling me. My co-driver's all bedded down, and I'm as lonesome as I can be. I got the sleeper cab blues.
I just keep on squirming and twisting and looking in the glass, wondering why that checker don't come on and pass. I keep my logbook right up in order. I can smell that little white car 1.25 miles. I just stay mad all the time, and I know that's not right. I wake up my buddy raising Cain and wanting to fight. You pull out your lighter and plug your razor in, trying to get the whiskers off your chin. You get to the station and trying to take a shower, dispatcher just moaning and groaning, afraid you're going to get an hour. stop for breakfast after driving all night, and before you leave out, you've got that little waitress ready to fight. Mama met me at the door my last night in. She was looking kind of funny with a big sheepish grin. I love you, Daddy, the best of all, but you're going to come home someday and find a new mule in your stall. I go right back out, just trying to do my best. My buddy in the bunk, trying to get his rest. No one loves a truck driver, but he will always give you a hand. He's the king of the highway and one swell of a man. You make yourself a promise that you're going to do better. And when you get back to the office, there you find a warning letter. So there you are, mad again, starting out on your run. So after all, you are a truck driver, just a no-good son of a gun.
I got the sleeper cow blues, driving on a big freight line. I got them big wheels rolling, trucking right on down that line. I got the sleeper cow blues.
Each time you're dancing, you're waltzing with sin.
Someday you'll find that the world left you out. No true love, no nothing, just roaming about. While parties, rough people, and a cold heart within. And each time you're dancing, you're waltzing with sin. You're Satan made over in perfect disguise, unfaithful, unworthy, and oh so unwise. I pity the heart of the next guy you win. Like me, he'll be losing while waltzing with sin.
I pity the heart of the next guy you win. Each time you're dancing, you're waltzing with sin.
You're Satan made over in perfect disguise, unfaithful, unworthy, and oh so unwise. I pity the heart of the next guy you win. Like me, he'll be losing while waltzing with sin.
Unloved, unwanted, I've never been so blue. I know that I should leave, but I don't want to. Unloved, unwanted is the life I live with you. I know that I should leave, but I don't want to. I have your name, I wear your ring. I remember when our love was real. She's the steal. Unloved, unwanted, I've never been so blue. I know that I should leave, but I don't want to. She's in your arms, she has your heart. Are you contented with kisses that you steal? Unloved, unwanted is the life I live with you. I know that I should leave, but I don't want to.